All right, today we're gonna do pozole. Pozole is a Mexican soup. It's wintertime, you know, it's getting colder out. You know, this is something that they make when more towards like Christmas and New Year's. I've had them both times. You know, people have had them for a dinner. Mainly, it's actually like a Christmas dinner type thing that they have. What it is it's hominy. It's what, 6 pounds? I got it right here. I got like 6 pounds of hominy in this big can, huge can. So, but it's get the huge cans, you know. It'll be really good. So, anyways, about 6 pounds worth, right? Okay, so I got that. So it's hominy, and really with pozole, you can actually, there's different types of ways. You can do it with chicken. You can do it with pork. We're gonna do pork, but you can do it with chicken. So I'll shoot another video to kind of show you that difference of what the pork style it is, all right? Or not the pork style, the chicken style. We're doing pork style today. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be doing right today. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got like pork loin. You can use pork loin. You can use you know, pork shoulders, whatever kind of pork you got. I've got here like about like 4.5 pounds. So about that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cube it up, and then I'm gonna fry it up, and then I'll show you that and what I do with this. So so we're gonna cut this up. So it's not like I'm gonna cook this whole and whole. So don't, you know. Oh, bacon would be nice too. That'd be a nice little extra flavoring too. But no, we're not gonna use bacon though. We're gonna use this. All right. So I've got this. And the liquids I'm gonna use, you can use 5 quarts of liquid, okay? You can do 5 quarts of water if you wanted to, but I'm gonna do a little bit extra to give it a bit more of a much more flavoring as well. Adding flavor, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna substitute 3 of the quarts. I'm gonna put 3 quarts of chicken stock, and then I'm gonna put 2 quarts of water, okay? Also, what I'm gonna be making is a Pozole Rojo, which is basically the rojo, meaning red, Spanish for red, is actually coming from the colorization of the chili pods, or these chilies. This is ancho chilies. This is a 2-ounce bag, and it says New Mexico chili. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's a different type of texture on it. I've seen these before, and I've used these too. They're good too. I'm gonna de-seed them, de-stem them, de-seed them. And I'm just gonna use the skin portion. I'm gonna boil it in water. I'll show you that. And that's what you can do. It's not so hot. It's not hot, you know. So it's not. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, hot being spicy. It's not really spicy. So you could always add spices to it afterwards. So that way, all right. So, but it's really good. Good hearty little soup that you can have, especially when it starts getting cold out. It's really good to eat. All right, and share and enjoy. Right. All right. So let's get cooking. Oh wait. I forgot one more thing. Spices. All right, spices. We've got here Mexican oregano. Okay, 2 tablespoons of Mexican oregano. We got 1 teaspoon of cumin. You're gonna get a teaspoon because it's kind of really potent, so you don't want too much of that. You know.
But if you get fresh.
Yeah. And then I got 3 bay leaves, right? And then garlic cloves. You can get 8 garlic cloves, or if you got, you know, just be honest, you know, it's easier this way. You could just get a teaspoon, you know, and just get 8 teaspoons, a teaspoon per clove. There you go. Chop it up finely. So 8 teaspoons per clove, or 1 teaspoon per clove. We're gonna do 8 of them. All right. So there we go. I think we're good. All right, let's get cooking. Okay, so here we go. Ancho chili. See how they're much more wrinkled? Wrinkly? See how that's more precise? That's the difference. Here's the ancho chili. Here's these other chilies that we got. Right? Little maracas. So basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna de-stem them and just de-seed them. You can also run along one side. Just to cut, just to cut along the side like that. And be careful, you don't go too nuts on them, and you get chili seeds all over the place. Just like that. So what we're gonna do is just gonna go through them and kind of open them up and just kind of take all these seeds out of there. All right, so now we got left, right? So what we're gonna do with these, we're gonna put them in a pot to kind of let them soak, right? So we're basically, they're dehydrated, we're gonna rehydrate them. Let them soak inside of a pot, warm water. We'll get in a pot of like 3 cups of warm water. Put some water, we'll put it on the stove, and then we'll just let it go for that, you know, on a pot for about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, all right? Max 20 minutes, really just about 15 minutes. You just wanna soak it. It'll get good that way, all right? All right, so let's just do that. Okay, so we got 3 cups of water boiling, right? And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add these in here. And we're just gonna let them go there for a good, like I said, 15 minutes. While that's going, we're gonna wait for 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and cut the pork steak, or pork loin. Yeah.
Pork something.
Yeah, pork something. All right, so here's the meat. Here's the pork loin, right? I'm gonna keep some of the fat. I don't really care about it too much. It doesn't matter because it's just gonna add flavoring. But at the same time, you know, it just add flavoring to it when you cook it in the pot and everything. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna cube it up. So I'm just gonna cut chunks off of it. That's it, just good size cubes, you know, just whatever size you want, you know, really, because you're gonna, if you want them good sizes, small sizes, bite sizes, then do them bite sizes, but you know, just that's basically what I'm gonna do, right? So we're gonna get them down to like that, right? Let's just turn this aside real quick. I'll show you all I'm gonna be doing. Good pork chop, too. You're gonna pound that out now. That's it. So basically what I'm going to be doing is just cubing them. I don't want to go too small. You know, so that's good size. If you want to take some of this remnants off at this time, just go ahead. There you go. That's it. Put that in the pile on the side.
That's not bad. That's flavor.
There you go. So that's all I'm doing. So I'm just gonna go through all this and do the you know, just cube it up. Okay, so we went ahead and got it, right? You can see it right there, right? So they're good and soaked. What we're gonna do is take these pods, or not pods, pods of chili, and we're gonna put it in the blender. We're gonna take some of the juice and let it pour in there too, but be careful you don't, there's seeds on the inside, on the bottom, you don't want to take the seeds in there with it. So we're just gonna,
Save the life.
yeah. All right, we're gonna blend that up. Okay, so there we go. We got it all set in there. Look at that. All that goodness in there. Look at that, it's on the top of it. So that's what's gonna turn the thing red. See, look at that. So what we're gonna do now is just grab it all and just pour it into a pot like that.
Don't put it in plastic. You'll stain it.
Yeah, don't clean this out as fast as you can because it'll stain all this and leave it there. You don't want that. Unless you got a glass one, then you're fine. But put in a glass container. Some form of glass container. All right, so this is, there you go. That's what's gonna make it red. The Pozole Rojo. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start cooking up the pork steaks, or the pork loin. Bit, chunks, cubes.
Pig. Let's cook up the pig.
Pig cubes. Okay, so basically what I got now is, okay, we got the pork sticks like we said, pork, I keep saying pork sticks, pork loins, right? I chopped them up into the cubes, and I've got some oil, some vegetable oil, got it at medium heat, and so what we're gonna do is brown each side up. That's all we're gonna do with these, all right? So just grab some of these, evenly space them out. We don't want to hog the pan up. We're just gonna throw them all in here. Hog, I know, right? Hog the pan.
Dad jokes.
Okay, the last bits and pieces. What I'm going to do with these is when we were talking about the eight things of garlic, right? Or the 8 cloves. We're just going to add 8 spoonfuls.
5.
5. If I can count. Alright. There we go. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're just going to mix that in real quick. Just get it in there. Cook it up a little bit. So we're trying to also glaze up. We're going to cook up this thing. I want to turn down the heat a little bit, but alright. So we're just going to cook this for a little bit. What we're trying to do is deglaze the pan a little bit. Like doing that. Just go rub it on the sides. Yeah, just picking all that up. Those are good bits. Get like a silicone little tongs. It works really well so you don't scratch up your pans. That's how we're doing. So we're gonna cook a little bit now. Just grab all that stuff off of there. Move into the pan. Save all those bits. Those are all good bits. Alright, so now we'll get all these bits off of there and everything, get into this. Alright, so let's start assembling the soup. Let's get a pot. We got it at high heat for right now. Coming to a boil. I went ahead and put the 2 cups of water. I've got 2 of the containers of the chicken broth. This is the last one, so like I said before, it's 5 quarts. It sounds kind of gross. Alright, so we got that ready, right? So we're just going to go ahead and start adding everything in. So we'll go ahead and add the pork. Slowly, just everything. Just the juices. Careful to splash. I just kind of go wild with it myself. So we're just going to add all the pork in there, alright? All its yumminess. Alright, so the hominy. The big can of hominy. What you do with the hominy is, what I did was, you take it out of the can, of course, you strain it, and then you wash it a little bit. Get all that stuff that was inside the can where its juice is sitting in. Just kind of rinse it off a little bit. You don't have to do much, just rinse it off. And then just keep it in a strainer, get the excess stuff off of it, okay? That's all you're doing. So then that's when you just go ahead and pour it all in there. There we go. all its goodness. We're just gonna throw it all in there. There we go. The rojo, right? So all we're gonna do is that. Just take it all off. Just dump all that right in there. See? Hey, guess what? Turned red. That's what they call rojo. Ah, cumin. Put that in there. Teaspoon of cumin, right? Here's the oregano, Mexican oregano. Put that in there. 2 tablespoons Mexican oregano. We're just gonna mix it all in there. Right. 3 bay leaves. Alright, this we got here. We're just going to bring it to a boil. Then we're going to knock down the heat a little bit and we're just going to let it go for 2 hours. 2 to 3 hours. Basically just let it go until we'll keep checking it every so often and we'll check the meat. Basically is what you're doing. You're just making sure that the meat gets tender. So you're basically just cooking it up till the meat gets tender, right? So, alright, so what we're gonna do is put a pot on it, kind of off to the side a little bit. You don't have to put it all the way on. Just make sure there's a little room for it to breathe. Okay, I'm not really sure what happened to the mic, but hey, you know, it is what it is, and we will bear through with this. Okay, so first time, let's do it. All right, first thing we do is get a cabbage, and what we want to do is also we're going to use an onion, small onion, and jalapenos, some radishes, an avocado, a lime. And we're going to go ahead and get some cilantro. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut down the cabbage. Just got a piece off of it. That's all we want to do. All right, we work at it little by little in that essence, okay? So in this, so what we want to do is just go ahead and just thinly slice them. So all we want is like little strings, however big you want them. But if it makes it easier for you to make strings off of it, just cut the piece that you cut off just in half and then just kind of do it this way. Just go down and just slide it, just do like little strings. So there you go. Good. Nice little pile of string cabbage. And so what we're gonna do is just get that on a plate, kind of present it. Okay, so now we're on to the onion. As you can see, what we're just gonna do is slice it down one way, long way. However, because you want a little bitty slices, so a little bitty at the end. What we want to do is have them chopped up really fine, right? So what we do is just chop them right there, and then what we do is just kind of go along. See how I'm indicating there? I'm kind of go along the moon shape of the onion itself, and just go ahead and just go back and forth, and just cut little small. And that's how you get little bitty dices of onion. Well, there we go. All right, so we got the onions. We, as much as you think you would like to have. I don't know. We just put them on a plate. All right then. All right. So now let's go ahead and get to the radishes. All right. So what we're gonna do with the radishes is we're just gonna slice it in half first, and what we're gonna do is just slice them down thin, or it's how thin you want them. We're just gonna slice them down and kind of work it that way. On a plate, just kind of get a couple more, discard the pieces that you don't want, and we're just gonna do that. If you can do half slices, right? And if you want to do whole slices, you can do that way. But I don't mind doing the half moon slices myself, to be honest with you. Okay, so now we're done with the radishes. I went and skipped the avocado part because it wasn't a really very good one. It actually turned out to be pretty bad after I cut it open. So it happens, Hey, we're all human. We make mistakes, right? So not a big deal. All right, so we clean off my knife, get ready for the next one, right? As you can see, jalapeno, just cut the stems off and just kind of slice them down. If you want to de-seed them first, that's okay. It's all up to you on how spicy you want it. I don't mind the big slices of jalapenos like I got here. And what we're just gonna end up doing here is just go ahead and just cut them down, slice them down, you know, and put them on the plate as well. All right. Well, there you go. Put them on a plate. Like I said before, we're just going to present them on a plate, just like with the other ones, with all the onions and radishes and the cabbage. All right, so now we're going on to the next step. Clean up. Okay, so we got the jalapenos down there now. So the next step is, as you can see, is the cilantro. So cilantro, what you want to do is just pile it together, get it all in a big good pile. And then with this pile, what you're going to want to do, the easy way to cut it is just roll them up. Just get into a big pile and then roll up the pile. There you go, like that. All right. So that way, once you start cutting it, it makes it really easy for you to cut it instead of trying to lay it all down flat and try to go through it that way, little by little. But the easiest way, like I'm doing right here, is just roll it all up into a pot, into a roll. Roll it up into a roll. That's kind of silly. Anyways, you know what I mean, right? Just roll it up and just run it through that way. All right. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we got this cilantro all cut up and everything, and so now we're just going to add that to the plate, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right. Okay, last step. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to get a lime, right? And we're just going to cut it in half. First, make some room, cut it in half like you see, and then from there we're going to cut them into quarters. One cut, two cuts. There we go. 4. All right, turn that over. Do the same thing with that, right? There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, so there we got all the toppings ready to go. We got your cabbage, we got your radishes, we got some onions, avocados. Okay, whatever. Some pieces of it, right? We kind of messed up on it, right? So, all right, so we got some jalapenos, we got some cilantro, and then we got some limes, all right? There we go. That's the toppings for the garnish, per se, for the Pozole Rojo, all right? So ready to go. Yep, guess what? Yep, you guessed it. Yeah, I messed up on the mic again. I'm not sure what happened, but it's okay. We'll work it through, all right? So, all right, so basically what we did was we brought it up to a boil, right? We had it at high heat, brought it up to a boil first, got it all boiling, then we knocked down the heat down to 2 and got it to simmer, okay? And then we had it simmer for 2 hours, and that's basically what we're doing, all right? So basically what we need to do is just when you lift up the lid, make sure you lift it up away from you. That way you don't burn your arm and stuff from the steam. And what we're just gonna do is we're gonna check everything, make sure, oh yeah, look at that, that looks really good. All right, so one of the things what we need to do is we're gonna need to check the meat, right? And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so basically what you do is you get a pair of tongs, and what you want to do is lift up some of the meats and stuff. And this is why I say between 2 to 3 hours, is because what you want to do is you test your meat. And it all depends on your stove. You know, stoves are different, right? So what you want to do is check it out. So in between, right at 2 hours, go ahead and start checking the meat. What you do is lift it up and just kind of get some tongs, and you kind of just grab one of the pieces of meat up like I'm doing, and just squeeze it on the meat and see if it falls apart. And that's basically, it's good right there. All right, so let's get the plating.
Okay, so there you go, pozole. Got all the garnishes, got them in there. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Then you just mix it all in, you know, mix it all up together. Oh, one more thing I forgot. One more thing. Wait. Okay, sorry about that. All right, one more thing I forgot about it was these taco shells, right? You can go get these at the store, Myers, the Walmart. They sell them at a lot of places, right? They're pre-made taco shells. A lot of times what they do when you're making pozole is they'll have this off to the side, right? Or you can make your own taco shells. Maybe I'll do a video on that where I'll do like a tostada or something like that. That'd be cool. Ooh, that's good. Maybe I'll do one on that one. Yeah, why not? All right, so like I said, taco shells, right? They'll get some taco shells and they'll serve it with this. And what you do is you have the taco shell, and you get some lime. And what they'll do is they'll squeeze some lime on the taco shell and kind of rub it around there. Just rub it all over the taco shell. And they'll eat it like that, and they'll squeeze some of the lime inside your pozole as well. Okay, we're off to the side. All right, and then you just eat it that way. And what they do is they'll break it up into pieces. They'll kind of put it on the side and just eat it like that with the pozole, you know. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Real tender hominy in the meat itself, just falling apart, you know. That's really good. Anyways, enjoy. Pozole.